Guys, today I'm going to teach you how to do string a Golex top string. So a Golex top string looks like this. And it's going to pull the mesh onto the scoop. It's going to eliminate any possible lip you could have. It'll also allow for a tighter channel because you see these two center top string holes. They are higher on the head than the two outer holes, so it's going to arc the mesh up to the point, which will in all allow for a tighter channel as seen on this Cobra X. There's a channel. Alright, so what you'll need is a piece of tin diamond mesh, an unstrung head, a pair of pliers, and some sidewall or a top string. Really, for a Golex top string, the thicker the string is, the better. So now we're going to start the Golex top string. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your string, take it like your thumb, just like this. We're going to do a double knot. So you're going to want to wrap it around your thumb. Then, see how this little cross, you're going to go behind once, and see it looks like a pretzel. And you're going to want to do it one more time. Just like that. You're going to pull it tight by pulling it on the bottom up. So there's your double knot, and now you're ready to begin. This will keep your string from slipping through, of course. Alright, so to begin, you're going to take a piece of mesh and you're going to fold it so you have 9 diamonds across. So it should look something like that. So you see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 diamonds. You'll be able to tell also you'll have 1 diamond in the center. Alright, so let's put the top string in. So you should have a knotted end and an end that doesn't have a knot in it. So you're going to take your end that does not have a knot in it and put it through that uppermost hole. You're going to pull the string all the way through. So now you're going to take your piece of mesh, as we have the 9 diamonds across the top. You're going to go in through this top loop. You want to make sure you're going to have the rough side facing the ball. So now that it's through the front of the mesh, you're going to go back around and through that same top hole. And you're going to pull all the slack through. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to take your leading end and put it back through the front of the mesh hole. That same front mesh hole. And it should look just like that. Alright, so we just looped the first string through. So now we're going to actually start the Golex top string. So you're going to take your leading end and go through that first top scoop hole. You want to pull that slack through. So we're going to the front now. So now you see we have the mesh fold, and this is where we did our loop, and this is the next hole over. So what you're going to do is see where the mesh is folded at the top. Just as if you were going to do a 9 diamond top string, you're just going to put the mesh to the top slits. just one though. So it's just going to be in that first hole. See, as I came from the back of the scoop down and through. It's kind of hard to show you this angle. There you go. So we only did one. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put the leading in through the top scoop hole that we just came from. So now it looks like this. See, we came through the back scoop hole, through the fold in the top of the mesh, and then back through the top of the scoop. It should look like this. So now we're going to pull it real tight. And it should look just like that. So now what you're going to do is you're going to go through the next hole, making sure to keep it tight. Now what I like to do is I like to use my pliers and really try and pull on it to get the extra grip on the string as I can. Just allows me to pull a little bit tighter. And that's something you're going to want to do, especially when you just finished the top string. So now as we went through the back, just like that, coming back to the front. So skipping that next hole, we come to this one. And we're going to do the exact same thing. Under that flap, just like this. Should look like this. So once again, came back from the back of the scoop, through the fold in the flap of the mesh. Here's the top of the mesh, so it went under it. That's what it looks like from the back. Now, through the top of the scoop hole, once again, this time from the front. So it should look like this. Now we're going to pull it tight. Now you're going to see that the second one we pull is actually going to pull the mesh probably into the scoop. As you can see actually the back part of the mesh, as you can't really see it as well over here. So we're going to continue to pull tight on it as it's a top string, and it should be tight, just like that. So one more time, through the back of the scoop, just like that. Now we're going to skip that center diamond, coming through the fold in the mesh. As you can see, there's the front, there's the top fold. Just like that. Take our leading in, back through the top, through the front of the scoop. Just like that. So you have a little loop. Here it is from the back. I'll loosen it up a little bit. So it just simply loops through. Now we're going to pull it tight. I'm going to need my pliers on this one. Just being sure to pull it tight. And one more time, through the back of the large scoop hole. This is the last one. Just like that. Skipping that diamond, that next diamond, this one, coming to this one. We're going to do that same thing. top of the mesh. Here's the front of the mesh. Once again doing that loop, pulling tight, and back through the face of the scoop. And we're going to pull that tight. So it should look like that. Continue to pull it tight. Now you've come to the end. You've looped 4 pulls, just like that. Of course, this one end is loose. It just needs to be tightened up a little bit. This is how it should look with these last diamonds. So now what you're going to do is you should have 1 loop left over. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your leading end, put it through the back, just like that. You're going to go in to the top sidewall hole. Just like this. See, we came back and then through the front. And then there's the top sidewall hole. So now what you're going to do is you're going to pull this piece of mesh right there. You're going to pull it up a little bit. And you're going to wrap it around. Here's our leading end. And through that piece. Just like that. And we're going to loop it back and through that same top string hole. Excuse me, sidewall hole.
It's usually pretty tight once you have already fitted one in there.
Just like that. And you're going to pull it tight. So you see now it's looped. You should have one string sitting on top of another. Now you're going to pull it tight. Now this is the time we want to go back over and use your pliers and make sure they're all tight. Like this one I would need to tighten. And then see how they look kind of squiggly. Yeah, they need to be tightened. So that's when you want to take your pliers and tighten each and every one of them. Now you're going to just tie an end knot. Doing that same pretzel style loop. As you can see. Just like that. Now we have a knot. Now to make sure the knot is as close to the head as can be, what you're going to do is you're going to take your leading end and go around the front of that knot. It should look like this. It should sit in front of the knot. And we're going to pull that. That's going to make a very large knot. And it's also going to pull the knot close to the sidewall, as close as it can get. Just like that, guys. And there you go. You will have a Golex top string. Here's a better looking one. Same Cobra X. Just like that. That's fully done. See, I have all the mesh folds pulled through the back. That's going to churn to be tight. And this is how it looks from the front. Nice and flush. Alright, thanks for watching, guys.